everybody, so it's your girl Victoria and I'm here again. I have not made a video in forever, so I'm actually really excited to make this video. So me and my fiance, we are going to do a fiance tag. So we came up with our own questions, me and Randall, and we just want to share a little bit of our story with you. I get so many people who ask me like, how did you guys meet? What is your story? Like, I want to know more, and they get so excited. So I'm like, let me make a video. You guys know we have the proposal video on the channel, and so I'm like, let me bring Randall in, you know, to come and like, let's do this video together. We do want to start doing videos together and like doing different teachings like Bible studies and stuff like that, so it'll be great. So I'm super excited, so y'all stay tuned. Hey everybody, so we finally have Randall here.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so I'm excited for him to be on the channel, and I'm excited to just let you guys know, you know, a little bit more about us. So anyway, so let's start. Question number 1.
Where and when did we meet?
Okay, I'm not gonna answer. Okay, so I'll go ahead and answer. So we met literally like about 10 years ago, probably 10, 11 years ago. We actually lived in the same neighborhood. We lived on the same street. We actually had the same model house. Like, my parents used to go look at their house to just, you know, look at how everything's gonna turn out, because our house was building, because we got our house built back in high school and stuff like that. And so yeah, I've known him. Like I said, we rode the same bus, we lived on the same street, we went to the same high school, we even had a class together.
She doesn't remember that.
And I didn't even remember. Like, I barely remember, but I remember now, but I didn't remember when he brought it up. I'm like, really? And so we met so a long time ago. So I've always, you know, known who Randall was, you know?
Knew, it's like we knew of each other, but we didn't really know each other.
Right. And so, and literally we were basically around each other. Like, he's literally like 20 seconds away, 30 seconds away, like, you know, like a lot of the duration, you know, of high school and everything. So that's really cool. And then he actually, okay, so I guess you could say, what, a year and a half ago, I have a YouTube channel. So when I was living in Denton, I wanted to start my YouTube channel, all that good stuff. So I did. And, you know, I love to make encouraging videos. So he messaged me on Facebook Messenger, and he was like, hey, how do I watch your spiritual videos? And so I was like, OMG, is this Randall from high school messaging me? But I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you know, this is how you get to my videos, because I left the picture and I didn't leave the link. So I left him the link, and he was like, wow, your videos are so amazing and powerful and very encouraging. And like, basically that's how we rekindled, and that's how we, you know, started to build that connection, was through my YouTube videos. So
still to this day, I was like, when after I sent that message to her, I was like, okay, God, what are you doing? Because literally, like, we did not talk at all during high school.
No, we didn't.
We did
so
not.
I was really shocked to see that message come through. So he slid in my DMs, as they would say, you know. So yeah, so that's how we kind of met.
So second question, where was our first date? Well, our first date, we actually went to see Captain America: Civil War, and she was originally going to see it by herself, but
I was. Oh.
Okay.
No, I was going to say, sorry, you could go.
Because she thinks I invited myself.
Kinda did. You kinda did. I was like, when I was single, I would do a lot of things by myself. Like, I would really try to take that time and just have a great time. I would go out to eat by myself. I would go to the movies by myself. And so I really wanted to do the movie. So I was like, I'm going to go. And he was like, hey, do you mind if I come with you? And I was like, okay, sure, why not? So he came, and he was such a gentleman, and he was really, really sweet. And I was like, wow, you know, like, he's really nice. He's a really sweet, really nice, you know?
Anyway, on to the next question. How long have we been together?
So we've been together for literally, we got together. He asked me to be his girl on May 27th of, what year was that?
Last
year of 2016. And then on May 27th this year, he proposed to me. And the proposal video is on my channel. If you look in the videos, you can definitely see how he proposed. And it was amazing.
That was a very stressful day, to say the least.
But it was amazing. And he made me so happy. So, yes. And now it's October, about to be November. So we've been together a total of like a year and 5 to 6 months. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long we've been together.
Okay. So, question number 4. How did you know this person was the one?
Okay. Well, can I go? Okay, so cool. So I knew that Randall was the one because God spoke to me. Like, it's so crazy because after he messaged me for the first time and like we were, talking every now and then, I remember coming home from work when I was in Denton and I had an apartment with roommates and everything. And I was walking in the hall because my room was the last room at the end of the hall. And I remember hearing God so distinctively because I do have a really strong relationship with the Lord. And I think that's very vital and very important. And so I remember him speaking and he said, Randall's gonna be your husband. Randall's your husband. And in my mind, I'm like, God, no, he's not. That is not my husband. And he was like, yes, he is. Yes, he is. That is gonna be your husband. Watch and see. And I was just like, okay, And at that time, I really wasn't thinking about a relationship. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. So God literally spoke to me. And I held on to that word, even though I didn't believe it at first. But then when God started to show me and started to reveal, I was like, okay, God was right. He was right, And so, so God spoke to me. That's how I knew that Randall was the one.
Well, for me, it was different. How God showed me that Victoria was the one was I prayed for her a long time ago. Like, not for Victoria, but I prayed for someone like her. And so literally and this is the one thing I admired about our relationship is that before we got together with each other, we weren't really trying to look for one another. We weren't.
No.
But then it's like I started paying attention to her. I started to see the things that she did, the things that she said, and I revisited all the times that I used to pray. It's very important to, whenever you want that person, to pray for it in advance. I mean, not it, but pray for that person in advance. And so, what I was doing all the time was I prayed for her in advance. And there was a point in my life, in our relationship, where, literally, she just spoke. And in that moment on, I knew that she was the one for me. So God spoke to her, but God literally showed me from years ago when I used to pray that she was the one.
Yeah. So that's how we knew, guys. That's how we knew. And
I like this one. What is one of your favorite characteristics? Can I answer that?
Sure, go for it. Go for it.
Well, my favorite characteristic about Victoria is she's always smiling.
I am.
I'm really, really drawn to smiles, It's the first thing that I noticed about her was her smile. It's she's always wearing it, even when she's asleep.
I try, guys.
And that's one of the things I admire about her the most is whenever she's going through things, she always tries to find a way to smile. I've never been that type of person until I met Victoria.
Yeah, and that's true. I think I've helped put a lot more smiles on his face. So, yeah. And one of my favorite characteristics about you, I guess I would say, is that I love your heart and your drive for God. And I love how he's able to get revelation in the Word of God. And I think that's so amazing because not a lot of people have that, And so the way he's able to break things down, he's a problem solver. He loves to find solutions to things. He loves to find solutions to things. And I really, really love that about him. That's one of the things. And he's really bold and very courageous, sometimes too courageous, but,
Is that even a thing, being too courageous?
I don't know. Not for you. but those are the characteristics that I really do like. I know it was probably one, but I wanted to list many, so yes.
Well, it does say characteristics.
Okay, cool. Then we're good.
Okay, so number 6. Who said I love you first?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to answer this one. So everybody who watches her video should already know who's the first one who said that.
Yes, it was me. I was the first one to say, but let me explain. Let me shed a little light. Let me tell you the story. So, I said I love you first, and y'all just know I'm a really loving person, so it's easy for me to, just show love to somebody. And so anyways, I'll never forget, like, I was on my lunch break when I was working in Denton. I was on my lunch break and we were on the phone because I called him every lunch break and we would talk together and we would pray together, but I was rushing in there and I was like, all right, well, I have to go back to work, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I love you. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I just hung up the phone. I'm like, because we were only like probably like a couple of weeks, a month
really
in.
fresh.
We were really fresh. And I'm telling this man that I love him. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm like, I can't deal with myself, Victoria. What do you do? What do you do? Because I'm like, I know he heard me. So I texted him and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. That was such an accident. I didn't mean to say that. I don't want you to think that I'm a creep or I'm weird, that I told you that I love you and blah, blah, blah. That's just how I am. And it just, basically came out of nowhere. And he was like, oh, it's okay, this is that. But I would always find myself telling him that I love him on accident. And I guess that was God just really showing me that, you really love this guy. You really do.
And like she said, like, I never really had a problem with her doing it. Even still to this day. Like, I never had a problem with her telling me that she loved me, because it's a word phrase that I really haven't heard a lot when I was growing up. And so for the fact that I heard it from, somebody that wasn't family related, it really made me feel good inside. And this was before, I really knew that she was the one.
Yeah, so, yeah, funny story. It was me, guys.
Okay, number 7. Ooh, I like this one too. I just love all these questions.
I know, me too.
What is the first thing you noticed about me?
The first thing I noticed about Randall was that he was different.
Different?
Yeah, very different. And I, in high school, I thought, I was like, oh, in high school, I'm like, he's a weird kid, But later on, when we reconnected and stuff, I'm like, okay, this guy is really different. He's different than anybody that I've ever spoken to. He's different in so many different ways, the way, and I kind of like that about him. And I'm a really, I'm a really curious person, and I'm really spontaneous in a lot of different ways. So I wanted to search that out. I'm like, okay, let's see, let's see. And I really was like, even though he's different, and even though for me it was like a stepping out kind of thing. Like, oh, okay, this guy is not like any guy that I've ever talked to or dated before, but I know that he loves God, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to, So that was one of the things that I noticed, that he was really different.
Well, the one thing that I noticed about her first was she's very outgoing. Like, it's like the first time, like the couple of times that we rode on the bus together when we were kids, it's like she was always loud, she was always there, she was always like, my name is Victoria Palacio.
What?
I'm here.
Lying.
I'm here. I'm empowered, so get used to it.
No,
I'm just being honest. Like, that's like the first, like,
your first impression?
My first impression of you. You were very outgoing. Sometimes, like, it rubbed off as being, like, very stuck up. But then, like, once I got to know you, I see that I got to see that you were very humble,
Yes.
And she's not stuck up. She really isn't.
I'm not, guys. I'm the sweetest person ever.
Although sometimes I have to check her, but yeah, she's very outgoing.
Okay. Anyways.
Okay, so number 8. What is our favorite thing we like to do for one another?
Okay, so I would say one of my favorite things that I do like to do for Randall, I love gifts. Like, I love, getting little gifts for him. So if I'm out, I'll try to get something small. Even if it's something small, like I'll try to get it. And I also do love cooking for him. Like I have not been the cooker. I really don't even like cooking, but I know that like.
We're just surprised because she's a really good cook.
Thank you. But I know that he likes that. He loves acts of service. So basically any act of service, whether that's cooking for him and making sure that he's well fed. And yeah, like that's what I like to do. Yeah, so.
Well, I know like the thing that her favorite thing that she likes me to do, I'm sorry, I apologize, is rub her feet. Like
yes.
She loves it when I massage her feet.
I do. Like my feet be hurting, guys, but I do love it when he massages my feet. I'm like, oh, it's so sweet. So yes. Next question.
What is our favorite thing we like to do with each other?
I would say my favorite thing that I like to do with Randall is I love just spending quality time. And I think that's one of my favorite things. Like if we're just sitting chilling on the couch or whatever, I just love spending quality time. I do love date nights too. I do love it when we have our little date nights. It's fun. And I like riding in the car with Randall. Like I know it sounds random, but I do like riding in the car because we have some of our best moments in the car. Like either we're both singing and acting crazy, or we're just laughing about something. I just love our car rides.
Well, what I like that we do a lot is we really like to try new things, try different places.
Yeah.
The one thing I could say that about Victoria that before I met her is that she's very adventurous.
Yeah.
She's the one who out of the both of us, she's the one who likes to try to do different and new things and whatnot. If it were like, for instance, like going to new restaurants, because if it were up to me, we'd be going to IHOP, hitting up that IHOP. I love IHOP, and and then hitting up Chili's. Other than that, like I really wouldn't go anywhere else. But so yeah, like I love just going to different restaurants, going to different places, like
traveling.
Traveling. Like that's what one of our favorite things that I like to do with you.
Yeah. So yeah. Cool.
Number 10. What is a weird habit?
A weird habit? Honestly speaking, well, for Randall has a lot of weird habits, you guys.
I'm a weird person.
He's a weird person. So he has a lot of weird habits. So I'm not going to just pinpoint one because I don't even know. I don't know what to say or do.
Oh,
but
geez.
You can answer that question for me. I still love you, though.
I love you, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, I always have to say a weird habit that Victoria does is making her own jingle. Like... Like sometimes she just be randomly just making her own theme music and whatnot.
Like, yeah, y'all, I'm a worshiper. I love to worship Jesus. Hello. And I love music. Ever since I was younger, I was always musically inclined. So I do love music. I love jingles. I love theme songs. I just love all of it. So I just make my own for my life. So... Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be weird because like sometimes it's like I'd be wanting peace and quiet, then all of a sudden she just makes up this random jingle.
Hey, it comes with the territory.
Jeez. Anyway, 11. What makes each other laugh the most? Now I know she really likes watching Kev on stage. Like that man can make her laugh at anything. Literally anything. It could be a joke about Chick-fil-A. Like he has her laugh on the floor laughing.
That is true. That Kev, I love you, Kev. If you're watching this, if you ever watch this, I love you, man, and I love your wife too. She's awesome too. Very encouraging. Yeah, I guess one of the things that makes me laugh, I'm gonna say one of the things that makes me laugh, like when it comes to Randall. My fiance, his jokes. His jokes are not the funniest jokes.
Really?
Really, I'm sorry to put you on blast, babe. Not the funniest jokes, but it makes me laugh that they're not funny. It's kind of cute. I'm like, oh my gosh, babe.
So the question is, are you laughing at me or laughing with me?
I'm laughing with you.
Okay. Okay.
You think it's funny, right? Then I'm laughing, you're laughing, we're both laughing, you know?
But it's like you don't get the joke, so why are you laughing?
I don't. Maybe I am laughing at you just a little bit.
Yeah,
but...
so it's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both, people.
Yes, it's a little bit of both, but you know.
Okay. And so the last question.
Last question.
Number 12. Complete this sentence. You're my...
You're my cupcake, gumdrop, snuggums, you're the apple of my eye.
See what I mean when it comes to random music?
Yeah. Okay, so what am I? You complete the sentence.
You're my babe, you're my everything, you're the second apple of my eye. There's a lot of things I
Because
can
the
say.
Lord is the first apple
Yeah.
of the eye. Amen.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I can use from her to complete that sentence, but those are the top ones.
Awesome. Well, guys, that completes our tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope now you know a little bit more about us and our background and how we met and all that good stuff. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please like it. And then, yeah, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to it as well. And I just hope you guys enjoyed the video. Wedding stuff, we do want to give you wedding update and whatnot too. Like, we've got the venue, so yay, high five on that. And we've got my wedding dress. I said yes to the dress this past weekend, so yay, high five on that. And yeah, and like we pretty much know what vendors we want to go through and everything like that. And we're like at the halfway mark. We have 6 more months to go, and then we'll be married, and
Like
I'll be
6
his
more
wife.
months. Like,
Yes.
how does that feel?
It feels good. Like, I'm ready to be your wife, honey. I'm ready to be your
I'm ready
wife.
for you to be my wife too.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it. And yeah, so that's the update. There's a lot of little things that I've been doing. Like, I want to make some DIY videos when it comes to the wedding stuff and wedding planning and all that good stuff. And so yeah, I just stay updated. We want to make more videos together as well too, like I said earlier. So yeah, just stay tuned. I thank you guys and I love you guys, and I pray that you guys enjoy this video.
And don't cry too much, because I will be back.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, see you later, guys. Mwah.